thing, so this is an unbiased review of all this equipment. I think it's all fantastic. I'd highly recommend it. There are some... Hey, what's up, YouTube? I wanted to do a little video about my new salty housing and how it incorporates with the BlackMagic Pocket Cinema Camera Pro version. This is the one with the 3 neutral density filters, I think 3 stops or something like that. Got the tilt screen. If you've been searching on how to buy this or information about it, there's plenty of videos on it, but I just wanted to make a video about how these incorporate with the salty house. One thing I wish it did is I could put it into this bracket and then put it in here, and it almost fits. This could fit, but it doesn't, and that's okay. Is that when you get it, it has a plate, and the plate slides in here, and I'm just going to turn it around for you guys, and you can see here how much extra space is around this. Now, I have a SPL water housing for my Canon 5 DSR, which is what I'm shooting this with, and there's not nearly as much space. It's like basically just a little rubber shim on each side, and it fits in there perfect. And what this does is it makes it so it's ultra buoyant in the water, and that's cool if you're shooting surfing, but I'm trying to do surfing and diving, so I'm kind of I'm struggling when I go underwater with it. It really wants to move around, rise to the surface again. Other than that, it's a great housing. It works good, and it keeps the camera dry, and that's about all you can ask. One of the other tips that I have is that when I went out to shoot, a lot of the buttons on the back aren't really that applicable. So what I did was on the plate where it touches the activator buttons, I disabled them, and you could see how I've taken some of these out, and they just unscrew, and that way I don't push the button while I'm in the water and mess up a setting or something like that. Just kind of idiot proofing it for myself. The other thing that I do like about the space, though, is that it gives me space to put Condor Blue USB-C cable that I connect to the SanDisk. Well, I have a SanDisk 1 terabyte SSD card, and I'd like to share another little trick that I've learned along the way. Is that with these housings, they're threaded, and the threads when they came from Australia, they were a little bit sticky, and it feels like it's tight, but it's really not tight. So what I do is I take a little bit of this wax paper, and you can see it's pretty wadded up and kind of old, and I just run over the threads, and what it does is it kind of just puts a really light wax coating on the threads, and it makes it a lot easier to spin on there and not damage the threads, and also not leak, because that's what we don't want, is a leak. And what I did is I put a little, you can kind of see it maybe from there, but a white dot to indicate where on the port and where on the actual housing I want them to line up. And what I've done is I actually go past it, so that way I know that I'm good and tight and it's not going to leak. But yeah, the other thing I also do, always keep these silica packs in here, because I really don't want any kind of moisture to build up when I'm not using it. And yeah, and another tip about the camera is do not get these caster batteries and expect any kind of extended battery life out of this with the battery grip. I would recommend getting the OEM batteries. They're a little bit more, they're actually quite a bit more expensive, like 3 times the price or something, but they're totally worth the investment to extend your time in the water. They are better integrated with the software of the camera. So here we go. Is that I got this Seagold anti-fog gel, and what I do is I put a little drop on the inside of the port, so that way when I go from hot climate to cold water or vice versa, it doesn't fog the port up. And you just put a little bit, and you rub it in and make sure it doesn't change the way the image is going to look. I mean, that's kind of common sense, but that'll